Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 21 in my favorite 30 progressive rock album countdown of the 70s, or my favorite 30 progressive rock albums of the 70s countdown. Correct. It's early in the morning, guys. Anyway, like I said, we have arrived at pick number 21. Another very cool one. This is the ninth studio album from this British band, released September 12th. Hard to believe. September 12th, 1975, and they had 9 albums out already. Crazy, right? Recorded at EMI Studios in London, England, produced by the band themselves for Harvest and Columbia Records, depending on where you were from. I'm talking about Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd. That's right. You knew some Floyd was coming, right? Of course, that very odd and chilling Hypnosis album cover, right? They worked hand in hand with Pink Floyd over the years. One of a number of bands that Hypnosis worked with quite closely. And of course, the lineup for this particular album is David Gilmour on vocals, guitars, a little bit of extra bass, a little bit of synths, all sorts of stuff. Roger Waters, vocals, bass guitar, additional things, guitars, synths, and stuff like that. Richard Wright, Hammond organ, ARP or ARP string ensemble, mini Moog, Steinway piano, and other assorted keyboards and things. Right, Fender Rhodes electric piano, that sort of stuff. Nick Mason, drums, percussion, tape effects, and things like that. Also, you had a special guest on the album. You've got Dick Parry, who plays saxophone on Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Roy Harper, of course, lead vocals on Have a Cigar. How many of you listened to this album or this song for many, many, many years thinking it was Roger Waters singing that one, and yet then you found out it was actually Roy Harper? It's amazing how closely their vocals sound, right? Vanetta Fields backing vocals, and Carlina Williams also backing vocals on this particular album. So, one of the many Pink Floyd classic albums, but for many people, probably a top 3 Pink Floyd album. I would agree with that. Not a lot of songs on here, but some epic compositions. Of course, you have the, 9 parts, right? I think it's 9 parts, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, bookending the album. Starts off the album, ends the album. Chilling, dark, futuristic. I don't know, whenever I listen to Shine On You Crazy Diamond, I just think of the great vocals from Roger on that, the great synth work across that song, nice guitar layers, there's cool riffs on there. Just one of Shine On You Crazy Diamond. I always kind of think, I tend to not kind of break them apart for whatever reason, because I think it's really interesting how they laid out this album, having it start and end with Shine On You Crazy Diamond, as opposed to having one side-long epic track. Because when you think about it, they probably could have done, because it's like 25 minutes long, right? They probably could have done an entire album side with Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Imagine how that would have been, right? Then in between, you got Welcome to the Machine, which is absolutely, once again, chilling. Great use of the Moog on that, and, acoustic guitar textures, and yeah, just Welcome to the Machine is just terrific. Then you have the more harder rocking Have a Cigar, which again, you got Roy Harper's vocals. You've got really good guitar work on that from Dave Gilmour. Again, really nice use of synths, and I think that the synthesizers used on this album are, there's a spooky, futuristic quality to them that I find really, really endearing. Then, of course, you got, which is kind of like the outlier on this album, and that is the acoustic kind of pop of Wish You Were Here. One of the great, campfire songs of all time, right? How many times have you been somewhere or talked to people who's like, yeah, we were all hanging out in the backyard and someone cracked open an acoustic guitar and just started playing Wish You Were Here, and everybody was singing, or you're out at a bar somewhere or whatever. I mean, Wish You Were Here has turned into one of Pink Floyd's most endearing songs. Again, very different for this album. I guess maybe it breaks up the rest of the serious and the darkness of the album. But Wish You Were Here is just this breezy, catchy sing-along, kind of like, it's really just a great pop song, an acoustic pop song. So just terrific. And then, of course, the album finishes off with Shine On You Crazy Diamond, the last few parts, right? Again, 12 minutes and change. So 13:32 to start off the album, 12:28 to finish off the album, a total length of 44 minutes on the entire album. So, yeah. There are days or there have been times where this album kind of pushes to being my favorite Pink Floyd album. There is another one, obviously, that, well, I think will always be my favorite. But, you know, you can make a strong argument that Wish You Were Here is a top Pink Floyd album. It's interesting because there are lots of candidates for that, right? You've got, of course, you've got this, you got Dark Side of the Moon, you got Animals, you got The Wall. I've seen people mention other, you know, there's people out there who think The Final Cut is one of the best albums they ever did. I've heard people talk about Obscured by Clouds or Metal, right? There's lots of really outstanding Pink Floyd albums. Not all of those are among my favorites, but I think there's probably 4 of them for me that are just really damn spectacular. And yeah, a great band. Everybody loves Pink Floyd, right? I don't know if I've ever come across anybody who just does not like Pink Floyd. I have people who like specific albums, and there's some people who like, you know, maybe don't like some of their catalog and like other parts of the catalog and whatever. But I don't know if I've ever met anybody who is just like, ugh, I just don't like anything about Pink Floyd. They seem to be one of these universally beloved bands by everybody, no matter what kind of music, what kind of rock music or whatever that you listen to. So interesting to think about that. So anyway, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd is my pick for today. Pick number 21. Tune in tomorrow for pick number 20, the final 20, right? So we're got plenty of time to go here in this countdown. And then once again, I look at my list every day. I don't think I've ever done this before on any of these kind of like, you know, countdown shows that I've done, these month-long countdown shows, where I look at my list every day and think of the ones that didn't make the cut and think to myself, is there any? I feel like a front office person, like a general manager of the baseball team, right? Thinking, okay, what kind of moves can I make? Who can I swap? What kind of trades can be done? Who can I send down? Who can I designate for assignment? Who can I call to make a trade? And I keep looking at my list, which I'm very happy with, but I keep looking at the list of bands that didn't make the cut, and I'm thinking, and albums that didn't make the cut, and I'm like, how can I get that one in here? I feel really bad about not including there. It's like, all right, can we swap this one for that one? Can we say, all right, instead of we do 3 from this band, how about we do it to 2? We take that one out and put this in, and I do that every day. I've been doing it every day, and ultimately I haven't made any changes. So I did make one earlier in the month, but other than that, I haven't made any, and because as difficult it is to think of leaving something off, it's just as difficult to think of taking something that's already on my final list and taking it out. So something tells me I just need to stop thinking about it, right? And just do it. And, you know, it's not like people will think that I don't like the albums that didn't make the cut. It's just you can't include them all, right? Can't include them all. I'm such a fan. That's what it comes down to, right? I'm such a fan. Anyway, Wish You Were Here is my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Wish You Were Here down in the comments below. I've seen many of you pick it already. And also your pick for today, pick number 21. And we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Stay tuned. We've got coming up later today. We've got, it's all about the fuzz. Karen La Preziosa and myself are finally getting together to do that. We've been talking about it all week. We've had certain things come up, and, you know, that's how it goes. Life gets in the way of everything. And we will be bringing that for you today. We'll be talking about each of us talking about our 10 kind of favorite essential picks for some of our favorite stoner and heavy psych albums, right? So that's coming up today. And then we've got tomorrow, we've got Ranking the Albums. I will be ranking the catalog of the great Swedish band Sienna Roots. If you haven't heard Sienna Roots, you're missing out. Really good. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show to hear all about their albums. And really, really great band. If you love like late 60s, early 70s kind of rock, heavy rock, hard rock, stoner rock, little bits of prog, little bits of jam, little bits of everything. Yeah, Sienna Root, really, really good throwback retro band. If you haven't checked them out, I think you will really like them. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up on Ranking the Albums tomorrow. And then, of course, we got In the Prog Seat coming up on Tuesday, where we will be taking a look at our favorite albums, prog albums from 1979, right? So till then, I am Pete Pardo. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Remember, we've got over 85,000 subscribers, but you would be shocked if you saw all the data to see how many people come to this channel each and every month to watch our content and never hit the subscribe button. It's way over 50%. So I guess a lot of people just, for whatever reason, like, I don't want to subscribe. I don't actually want to do that. It's like I can watch and not subscribe. Well, it does help us out quite a bit if you subscribe, because the more people that subscribe, the more that YouTube takes our videos and shoots them out into the algorithm and introduces them to people who have never watched Sea of Tranquility before. So please don't be stingy with clicking on that subscribe button. You're not going to lose anything. You're not going to get spammed with stuff. It's like there's no real, nobody's going to be asking you to sign a contract or chase you down for anything. It just helps us out, right? Just helps us out. So thank you in advance for all that, and we'll see you tomorrow with pick number 20. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. See you soon here on the channel. Bye-bye.